Hello everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. Without any further ado, let's get right back to where we left off last time. It is still dawn when I wake up. As much as I want to continue sleeping, I have no choice but to get up and prepare for the day. The last thing I need is an annoying lecture from the head maid. I have almost become accustomed to waking up this early, even if I do not enjoy it. As soon as my preparations are made, I begin to make my way toward Emmeline's room, should she wake early. I am about halfway there when I hear familiar voices. Standing far ahead of me are Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithros.
Ew. Are you sure this is going to work?
Have a little faith in me, my friend.
Friends? We are not friends.
Sir Alcaster narrows his eyes, then turns abruptly to look at me. Miss Jaybird, was it? Sir Mithros, Sir Alcaster.
Have you been eavesdropping, child?
He has no reason to be angry at me. If they were talking about something confidential, they should not have been openly talking in the hallway. I am on my way to Princess Emmeline's room, sir. That is why I'm here. That is why I am here. I coolly look at Sir Alcaster, who looks like he is about to pop a vein. I thought that said poop for a second. I'm like, what? Well, he needs to go take an anger poop. I cannot help but feel so satisfied at his reaction. In just a few steps, he is suddenly looming over me. I have never seen Sir Alcaster look so angry before. What is going on? Rod is now walking toward us with a scowl on his face. Sir Alcaster notices this and quickly steps back. There was just a little misunderstanding, Your Highness. Rod glances at me, his eyes narrowing. Great. I am sure he's going to blame me for this too, even though I did nothing. Image for the thumbnail! Image for the thumbnail! Image for the thumbnail! Image for... Oh shit, fuck! No, image for the thumbnail, image for the thumbnail, image for the thumbnail. Gotta take an image, gotta get screenshot for the thumbnail. Image for the thumbnail. Whoa! Just gotta do it. Do. Perfect. Wonderful. Okay. Much to my surprise, Rod puts himself between me and Sir Alcaster. Are you alright, Jaybird? He is worried about me? I slowly nod. Rod turns back to Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithros. If you do not have any business... If you do not have any business with Jaybird, I will be taking her with me. Emmeline is already waiting for her. Sir Alcaster stares at me for a few moments before bowing down to Rod.
Of course, Your Highness.
Thank you. Rod turns to me again, his expression solemn. Shall we? He walks off before waiting for my reply. I look back at Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithros one last time before chasing after him. The both of us spend the next few minutes walking in silence. Rod has not said a thing since my encounter with Sir Mithros and Sir Alcaster. Are you okay? What? He already asked me that before. Is he really that worried? I am not! No, we're supposed to say, I'm fine. I am fine. I am surprised by the look on Rod's face at my response. His expression is soft, so unlike his usual scowl.
Rod here is pretty worried about you, Princess.
Rod glares at Sebby, his cheeks tinged pink. Oh, look at that little blushy boy. Look at that little blushy boy. I love me the blush boy. I love the blush boy. I can't even speak proper English anymore. I'm just like, blush me, blah, blah, blah. Sebby chuckles.
Sorry, Rod. Your thoughts ring so loudly in your mind that I can't help but say them aloud.
This is not the first time Sebby has told me about what Rod is thinking. Rod reaches out and pinches Sebby's face, his scowl returning.
Ow, ow, ow! Oh, I'm sorry, okay? But next time, try not to think too loudly.
You said that Emmeline was waiting for me. I did not expect her to be to be up so early. Where is she? I lied. What? You lied to help me out of that situation? Why? Are you helping me? Because while you're here, you are my responsibility. I may loathe the role, but I will still uphold it. Besides, you don't need a reason to help someone in need. Help someone in need. I remember Parfait and Dolores telling me before that being good often involves helping others who are in need. Now that I've helped you, I'll be taking my leave now. I have fencing lessons to attend. Rod starts to walk off, but then stops and turns back to me. Don't get yourself into more trouble. I won't be there all the time to save you. I glare at him and cross my arms. I'm not some damsel in distress, Your Highness. I do not need your help. Rod snorts before turning away from me and walking away. You know what? I just realized the foot walking sounds like the person's wearing like high heel flip-flops. That's just what it sounds like to me. Or sandals. Like really thick sandals. Not like some flimsy plastic sandals. No, I'm talking like foam sandals. No, I'm talking about like those really nice, firm, solid sandals or high heels. Like that's what it sounds like to me. I'm not saying that's what the sound's supposed to be. Like that's how they made the sound. I'm just saying that that's what it sounds like to me. But anyways, later that day I watch Emmeline finish her etiquette lessons. I can tell that the teacher is impressed with her progress. Emmeline is able to correctly name all the glasses and cutlery. She is not so slow a learner. I had come here earlier in the day to better teach Emmeline about proper dining etiquette. It turns out that my lesson was valuable. You have shown great improvement, Your Highness. I am glad that you have been diligent with your studies. No doubt you'll be ready for the ball soon. Emmeline smiles, her cheeks turning pink.
Thank you. I wouldn't have done it without the help of a friend.
Emmeline glances at me briefly and smiles gently.
I really owe her a lot.
That is wonderful. I'm so glad you have such a dedicated friend, Your Highness. Friend? Is that really what I am to her? The princesses do not have maids as friends. A royal does not mingle with commoners, especially not with servants. Mother told me that before. Your mother's wrong! Emmeline does not treat me as a maid, but she cannot possibly think of me as a friend. After the teacher gives Emmeline several books to study for their next lesson, she ends the lesson and excuses herself. Emmeline approaches me and grasps my hands.
Thank you so much, Jaybird. I wouldn't have passed without your help.
All I did was repeat the things your teacher taught you.
But you're different.
I raise an eyebrow at her. Different?
I tend to get nervous in my lessons. My teachers are strict and intimidating. I cave beneath the pressure. But with you, well, I feel more comfortable around you. It's probably because we're almost the same age. Your lessons feel more casual. So thank you. I am very grateful to you.
I spat on my fucking screen. She looks down at the ground shyly.
I hope it's alright that we're friends.
I furrow my eyebrows at her. Why would you even want to be friends with a maid? You're supposed to be making friends with the nobles, not the servants. Emmeline frowns and I can feel her deflate. She walks toward the window and sighs.
I tried. They may not say anything, but I can feel them silently judging me. I wasn't born a princess, and I feel that they judge everything that I do. They think that I smile too much, that I'm not regal enough. They feel that I'm too clumsy or too cheerful.
Well, Emmeline definitely does not act like a noble. I cannot say that I blame the nobles for being skeptical of her.
Being with them suffocates me.
Oh, God! You could feel part of my throat come up with that. Holy shit! Emmeline's voice is killing me! I could actually feel my throat with... Oh my god, I'm dying. Emmeline, the nobles suffocate her? Her voice is suffocating me! Ah! Ah!
Being with them suffocates me. I do my best to act like a princess, but the way they all look at me. It's as if they're waiting for me to make a mistake. Then they'll all have an excuse to jeer at me. Every girl dreams of becoming a princess, and yet this is not my dream. I really just miss being a normal girl.
Oh god, deteriorating.
I really just miss being a normal girl. I miss my freedom.
I look at her, thoughtful. I think I can understand what Emmeline is feeling. Just like me, she was thrown into a world she was not ready to be a part of. Right now, we have no choice but to fit in. She never wanted my title in the first place, yet I accused her of stealing it. Have you told your mother how you feel? Oh, that's weird. It's like that. Okay, I'll just chalk that up to an error. It's fine. Have you told your mother how you feel? Emmeline shakes her head.
No, not the king either. I don't want them to think that I'm ungrateful. That's why I'm trying my best to become accustomed to all this.
I cross my arms. But you are not happy.
I'm not. Everyone just assumes that I'm happy because I smile a lot.
She barely opens up to anyone, and yet she opened up to me. Had I been given the choice before I was cursed, I would have never listened to her. I would never have listened to her. You should tell them how you feel rather than just keep it to yourself. Otherwise, the stress will continue to accumulate on your shoulders.
I wish I could be more honest with them. I really do. I envy you for being able to speak your mind.
She envies me? Emmeline takes a deep breath and sighs. The frown fades with the sigh, and is quickly replaced by a fragile smile.
I'm sorry for ranting to you like that. I must have bored you with my story.
I used to get so annoyed with her. But now that I have seen this side of her, I suppose she is not as terrible as I had first thought.
Oh! I remember that Mother wanted to see me after my lessons today.
Allow me to escort you to the Queen, then.
Thank you.
Yay! That's the sound of me dying. Just so you know, that's the sound of me audibly dying. Oh God! So much phlegm. Holy shit! That voice is killing me. Emmeline's voice is killing me. Oh my God! Oh Jesus Christ! Sorry, I was just checking how long I was recording for. Just making sure. And I also wanted to see how loud my audio was when I was coughing. I don't want to kill you guys, but I'm afraid I am. If I'm dying doing Emmeline's voice, I'm taking y'all with me. Days passed without any real conflict. I run into Sir Alcester again in the hallways, but his eyes pass over me as if I'm something to be ignored. Delora, who had been ignoring me as she had been busy with other priorities, returned to the Marchen yesterday to discuss something important with Parfait. It is not as if she has been any help since she came here. She mostly stays in my room while I run around doing errands for Emmeline and taking on other chores as they are handed to me. Right now I am headed to the palace gates as I hurry to meet Emmeline. She's going out to town to meet Viorica again, and I was told to meet her here. Jaybird! I turn around to see Fritz walking in my direction. Ever since I told him not to refer to me by my name, he has been stumbling over not using my title. Wait, I read that wrong. Ever since I told him to refer to me by name, he has been stumbling over not using my title. Sorry about that. I rarely see him, but when I do, we do not have much time to discuss anything. Can I help you with anything, Fritz? It's been a while. Have you managed to complete one of your good deeds? Days after I had originally run into Fritz, I managed to have a quick conversation with him regarding my curse. It has been a long time since that conversation happened. Recently, I have barely seen Fritz. I hear rumors that he has been reassigned somewhere outside the palace. I show him my pendant and point at the piece of the second glass slipper. I managed to get one several days ago. Jaybird, that's wonderful! I knew that you could get one. Only 2 more, and then I can break this curse. Fritz, Miss Jaybird, I did not think that the 2 of you were acquainted. We both turn our heads at the same time when Mithros suddenly appears from around the corner, the usual smile on his lips. Sir Mithros. Fritz, I believe Sir Alcester is looking for you. Right, sorry. Jaybird. I must take my leave now. Of course. That little bow, though. Fritz bows to Sir Mithros before walking off, leaving me alone with Sir Mithros. Oh no. I don't like being left alone with this guy. He's kinda creepy. I mean, he kinda hot, though, but he kinda creepy. Mithros does not say anything, but continues to smile at me. His staring makes me feel incredibly uncomfortable. Is there something on my face? Excuse me. I curtsy and start to walk off when Sir Mithros calls my name. Jaybird. Yes? I just wanted to thank you for your hard work and dedication to our princess. I look at him, puzzled by his sudden gratitude. Oh, look at that! Oh, Jesus Christ, look at that face! Ooh, that's a very sinister face. Ooh. Don't worry, everything will soon be remedied. Excuse me? My apologies, I did not mean to keep you. He completely ignores my question. He dips his head slightly before turning and walking away, the smile still on his face. What was that all about? Who knows? Rod and Emmeline are already waiting for me outside the carriage by the time I arrive at the palace gates. Rod has his arms crossed and looks at me, irritable. His face is perpetually stuck in that scowl, it seems. You are late. My apologies.
You're so grumpy, but you've been late many times before too, Rod.
Rod just shrugs his shoulders as he turns and heads into the carriage. Emmeline sighs before looking at me.
Shall we?
Of course. The three of us sit in silence as the carriage rolls toward the town. The knight assigned to guard duty is sitting out front with the driver, watching for any disturbances. Emmeline glances forlornly out one window while Rod silently looks out the other as he rests his chin on the palm of his hand. I notice Emmeline pausing to glance at Rod every now and then, looking restless. Finally, she breaks the silence.
Are you still mad that I asked you to come along to visit Riorca? You could have declined the invitation, Rod! And if you would only tell me what happened between the two of you, I would do my best to remedy the situation.
Rod notices me looking at him and scowls. He returns his moody gaze out to the window. I have nothing to say,
But you used to be good friends with Riorca too, Rod! But then ever since you were...
Emmeline stops herself, but I know that she is referring to his curse.
After that day, you've kept your distance from her. Then when you found out about the wedding, you became even colder toward her. Even Riorca is worried about you, Rod. She worries that she might have offended you somehow.
Emmeline, there is a hint of warning in this tone. Is it possible that Viorca is related to Rod's curse, considering the timing? Emmeline opens her mouth again to say something, but then suddenly stops and returns to the window, her expression mirroring Rod's own gloom. We are all silent until we arrive at the toy shop. Emmeline, good to see you again, and you too. Jaybird, was it? I nod in acknowledgement. Viorca nods politely at the knight, who stands guard at the shop door. It's just the two of you today? Emmeline and I both turn around only to see that Rod has indeed vanished. Emmeline frowns, looking both bewildered and disappointed.
He was right behind us.
I will go look for him.
Thank you, Jaybird.
Just as I expected, Rod is leaning against the wall of an alley just outside the toy shop. I'm supposed to stay with him, right? Yep, that's what the guide says to do, stay with him. I can tell by Rod's stiff posture that anything I say to him will fall on deaf ears, so I move to stand next to him instead. I lean against the wall with him. What are you doing? Keeping you company? Rod raises an eyebrow at me. Since when have you ever even liked my company? Since when have you even liked my company? Well, I'd rather be here than stay inside the toy shop and listen to Emily and Viorca talk. So you're not here to try and get me to talk? Well, it's not as if you would ever answer any of my questions. I have tried forcing you to talk and know how ineffective it is. True. But I will be here if you do want to talk. Rod eyes me suspiciously. Since when did you start listening to others? Ooh, when you are the personal maid of someone who enjoys talking, you learn to listen. Emmeline has been happier these past few months. I hate to admit it, but it seems to be because of you. Are you actually praising me? Oh no. Rod looks away, his cheeks tinted pink. Ah! Look at the blushy boy! Oh! Think whatever you like. I do not know why, but for some reason I am happy that Rod gave me a compliment. Princess Jaybird! Rod and I turn at the sound of the familiar voice. Waltz pauses in front of us with a bright smile. It's nice to see you again, Princess! Waltz, what are you doing here? Well, I was about to deliver a letter to the prince, but I guess that won't be necessary anymore. A letter? Is Lady Parfait asking for me? Not just you. She wants to see the princess as well. Me? It has been a while since I was last at the March-in. Is something wrong? They need to discuss something important with the princess. Come to the March-in tonight. Tonight? But we're already here, so why not now? Waltz's eyes shift to our carriage. You are here with Princess Emmeline, yes? You can't make her wait too long. What they need to discuss with you is complicated and will take some time to explain. The toy shop door opens and Emmeline stands in the doorway as she says her goodbyes to Viorka. Remember, tonight. These are Waltz's last 2 words before he slips back into the crowd. Ew. I feel like this is going to be the discussion of my mother being the witch and me becoming the fucking Baron bearer, and me being a witch. Maybe that's it. I'm not sure, but that's probably what it's gonna be. Emmeline's visit with Viorka was briefer than I thought it would be. Now all of us are headed back to the palace. Rod has not uttered a word on our way back. I can tell that this is making Emmeline agitated as she continues to keep glancing at Rod expectantly. If you have something to say it. Emmeline stares at me. You obviously want to say something to Prince Rod. The only way to get your answers is to ask him directly. Got a notification. Gross. Gross notifications. Notifications are gross. I'm just kidding. Rod does not turn around. It is as if he does not hear me. Emmeline clasps her hands and sighs.
Where?
I glance at Rod, who still persistently stares out the window, his eyes focused on nothing. He is pretending not to hear us. How immature.
Rod! Viorka was sad that you weren't there today. She was certain that you stayed outside to avoid seeing her. What is going on with you?
I am not in the mood to answer your questions, Em. Emmeline grips the edges of her dress, her expression becoming rigid.
You've been keeping secrets from us ever since you were cursed. We don't even know why you were cursed or how to help you break it.
Wait, the rest of the family doesn't know anything about the circumstances of Rod's curse? I had thought that he had told them everything, but all they know is that he is cursed?
We're a family. We're supposed to help each other through problems.
Emmeline's hands are shaking as she gazes at her brother. The carriage stops, and as soon as the servant opens the door, Emmeline quickly steps out and rushes back toward the palace. Rod watches her go quietly, though his eyebrows are furrowed and he looks guilty. I silently shake my head at him before running after Emmeline. Emmeline stands in the hallway with her hands to her chest. She breathes slowly in and out as if she was on the verge of tears. When she notices me behind her, she turns away and wipes her eyes with the back of her hand.
I'm sorry for storming off like that. I was just very frustrated at Rod. I said something I shouldn't have back there. If anyone finds out about this...
They won't. Your secret is safe with me. Emmeline flashes me a grateful smile before looking at the sky. Don't stare at the sun too long, you'll go blind. One moment, Rod. is running down the hallway. The next, he has stopped in front of us and is trying to catch his breath. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too, Ron. But right now I would like to be alone.
Of course.
I'm sorry, Jaybird. Could you leave me for now?
She does not even wait for my answer before walking away, leaving me alone with Rod. You made her cry, Rod. I am fully aware of that. Why are you hiding your curse from your family? You wouldn't understand. I am doing this to protect them. Protect them? Rod silently shakes his head. They wouldn't understand. Those are the last ominous words Rod speaks before rushing off, leaving me alone in the hall. What happened to him? We'll never know. The hallways are silent at this time of night as most everyone in the palace prepares for bed. Well, guys, that's going to be it for this episode of Cinderella Phenomenon. If you guys enjoyed this episode, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!